Hello everybody, my name is Citrus, and just 2 nights ago, we got the trailer for Sonic Frontiers and the Sonic Movie 2. I'll be going over the movie trailer another time, because for now, we gotta talk about this game, because there is a lot to discuss. But we're actually not gonna start with the trailer, because there was actually a lot of information outside of the trailer that got revealed after the initial showcase, and there's a lot of stuff in those articles and on the website that can help put into perspective the things that we see in the trailer. First things first, we have Morio Kishimoto directing this game. He was also the director of Sonic Lost World and Sonic Forces, so not exactly a great way to start this video. But we also have Sachiko Kawamura as a producer on this project. I had never actually heard of her before this, but it turns out she's been with Sonic for a very long time, ever since 3D Blast, and she's done a ton of stuff for games like Adventure 1 and 2, Generations, Unleashed, and she created the Chow and Chow Garden gameplay, so needless to say, she's a goddess. However, I do believe this is her first time producing a game, which is pretty exciting considering her history. I hope that she has a big impact on this game and could potentially influence the next couple of years of Sonic games. And boys, it finally happened. Iain Flynn is writing for Sonic Frontiers. If you don't know who Iain Flynn is, he is the lead writer for the Sonic comics and has been for a very long time. He was there with Archie, he moved to IDW when the Switch happened, and now he's finally gonna write for a mainline game. In my opinion, the comics have been the best source of Sonic storytelling for years, so it is very, very good to see Iain come aboard as part of the Frontiers team. If any of you aren't familiar with Iain's work, I do highly recommend you go and read the IDW Sonic comic series. It starts after the events of Forces, so it's very easy to get into, and it is fantastic if you just want to see what Iain's work is like, because really it speaks for itself. In terms of info on the game itself, we have the website and a blurb from Polygon, which appears to have been deleted now. We'll start with the website, which says, "An experience like never before. Accelerate to new heights and experience the thrill of high-velocity open zone freedom. Battle powerful enemies as you speed through the Starfall Islands, landscapes brimming with dense forests, overflowing waterfalls, sizzling deserts, and more. This holiday, 2022, speed into new realms." This all seems to line up with various leaks that we've heard in the past. Open world, a combat system, multiple environments, and we even got a name for this location, the Starfall Islands. That plural in islands makes me hope that these other areas, like that desert that they mentioned, might be on completely separate areas of the map that you might have to traverse by water or something, which would be really cool. Also, that line about new realms is intriguing. It could be referring to the cyberspace that we keep on hearing in all these leaks. Then we have Polygon's report on Sonic Frontiers, which gives us quite a bit of information. This appears to be a synopsis of the game's premise. I'm assuming it was taken down because Sega did not want to release this info yet. But hey, while it's here, why don't we take a look anyways? In Sonic Frontiers, Sonic's longtime nemesis, Dr. Eggman, discovers an ancient technology on the Starfall Islands and installs his AI program Sage to hack in and take over. But there's more to this technology than he realizes, and unintended consequences immediately come to bear. Sonic must race against time to discover the truth, save his friends, and maybe even himself at the same time. Wow, that was a ton of info. And I'm really liking how this plot sounds. It feels very adventure-esque to me. You have Eggman messing with ancient stuff, things go wrong, Sonic has to go save the day. There's a lot in the synopsis, but we'll get to that once we dive into this trailer. And right out the gate, we have Sonic being chased by something that is burrowing underground. which then pops out from the ground and appears to be homing missiles. Judging from their color, I think it's safe to assume they belong to that huge robot that we saw at the end of the trailer. Sonic then hears a voice telling him to go to the left. This voice has caused a lot of confusion online. People who keep up with leaks are assuming that this is the Ghost Girl that we've heard so much about, but it also sounds a lot like Amy or Tails. And then we had Junichi Kanemaru, the Japanese voice of Sonic, tweet about the trailer and put Amy in the hashtags, and the Xbox trailer had Amy in the subtitles as that voice. I don't necessarily consider that to be definitive proof that it is Amy, however, so in my mind there are two possibilities. One, this is a huge misunderstanding because perhaps the voice of Amy may also be doing the voice of this new Ghost Girl character, and there was just confusion and, mistranslations, whatever, and people thought that it was Amy. Or if we refer back to that synopsis from Polygon where it said that Sonic had to save his friends, it could be that Amy is trapped in cyberspace, and that's why Sonic is only able to hear her. It's tough to say. Personally, I really want it to be a new character because I feel like that would just be really fun, but I wouldn't necessarily mind it being Amy either, because this way she would definitely become more central to the story than in games like Forces or Lost World. In the next shot, we see Sonic nearly getting blasted by the missiles, but he uses his new, I'm gonna call it, Cyber Boost ability, and is able to get out of danger. And so combining this with the Amy thing, with the synopsis, I have a theory about the story for this game. From what we can gather, it seems like Eggman's experiment has trapped Sonic's friends in cyberspace. I imagine that in the scuffle, Sonic may have tried to save them, but was instead inflicted with some sort of cyberspace virus. This virus could be what gave him his new ability, but if he doesn't stop it, he might be forever trapped in cyberspace as well. It's sort of an Unleashed situation, where he is inflicted with something, but is also given a new power. It would also explain why Sonic could hear Amy, despite her potentially being in another dimension. It could also be why in the synopsis they end it with Sonic saving himself, because he has to save himself from this cyberspace virus, or whatever it may be. It's totally a long shot and just something that I came up with now, but I'm just saying, Iain Flynn also did the Zombot arc in the IDW comics, which is sort of a similar idea, so I'm just saying, there are ties there are connections, I don't know. Anyways, after that part, Sonic reaches a cliff, turns around, and we get to see our first look at the environments for this game. And my god, this game looks really damn good. I've seen some people say that it doesn't necessarily mesh with Sonic's style, but that's also why I like it. I really like when Sonic goes for these more modern and realistic art styles. I think the clash between Sonic and the realistic environment is kind of fun, and I don't think anyone will disagree with me when I say it is a crazy jump to go from the graphical style of Forces to this new style, which is so realistic and pretty and looks so nice. It looks like an actually next-gen game. And then looking at the stuff in the environment, we see lots of towers and little relics, and right away, this game seems to be taking very heavy inspiration from Breath of the Wild, which is not a bad thing at all in my opinion. I adore Breath of the Wild, so I will gladly take a Sonic spin on that formula. Why yes, that was a pun, I'm glad you noticed. However, there is a noticeable lack of Sonicness in the environment. No loop-de-loops, no dash pads, no springs. I mean, obviously, that stuff would feel pretty out of place on an island where everything's just these ancient ruins and is very natural, but I do hope we see more obstacles in the environment. It would give Sonic a lot more to do while traversing the open world. And if they keep it with the relic theme, I think that would be really cool. We could get like loop-de-loops made of the stone relic material and things like that. It would be really cool. Also, one small thing I noticed while rewatching the trailer a million times, there are these small tower things, and in most of the scenes they are empty. The hole at the top doesn't have anything inside of it, but in another scene, it's glowing with this red orb. I'm assuming it might be some sort of collectible or something that you need to turn on for like a puzzle. The way it's positioned, it does look like some sort of platforming challenge, so it could very well be one of those things. And after all of the environment shots, we get a bit more CG of Sonic and what appears to be our big bad of the game. An absolute Goliath of a robot. This thing is giant and it is intimidating. It slams the ground and we see this huge explosion of dust and pan up to its leg, I think? I have no idea, to be honest. It is a very odd looking thing. I really like that about that though. It is such a huge departure from the really bland bosses we've gotten in more recent entries. Also, it just reminds me of the robots from Xenoblade, and I'm not a Xenoblade fan, but Sonic Xenoblade sounds like the dopest thing of all time. And so, that is pretty much everything I want to mention in this trailer. And I gotta say, I am very optimistic about this game. Obviously, there's still a lot more we need to see, don't get me wrong, but the story seems to be going in a more serious tone in a good way. The environments are beautiful. Really, everything they showed here was good. It just depends on the stuff they didn't show also being good. Overall, though, I'm very happy with what I saw, and I'm glad to see Sega going in such a bold new direction with Sonic, taking it into the future, and putting a lot of effort into this trailer. This looks pretty big budget, this game. This looks like not your typical $40 Sonic Forces deal. This is a proper big release for them, which I feel like we haven't had since like Unleashed. With all that said though, please let me know your thoughts down below, whether you love the trailer, hated it, any little things in the background and tiny tidbits that I missed. Please let me know. I love talking about this stuff and I would love to hear from you guys. And again, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, the like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, because I can absolutely guarantee we will be talking a lot more about Sonic Frontiers and the Sonic Movie 2 in the future. So if you want more content like this, please subscribe. And again, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all later. Peace.